German sound or German name. Today I looked up on Indian Astro and it's not a real good day to do anything. It's not a good day to travel even. But tomorrow is. Tomorrow's a real good day to travel. Today I feel nervous. Of course, when your oil light goes on, that is kind of unnerving. That's not good to have your oil light go on when you're on a trip. When you're leaving home and damn oil light goes on. But I feel jittery. And I didn't even have coffee. But tomorrow is listed as a good day. So if I can get some progress on my trip, I'll be okay. I gotta make sure and not goof up this dash cam though. I wanted to get it on the 10-minute clips, but I don't know how you do that. Maybe I'll have to edit the whole thing and put it into hour-long clips. To figure out how to edit this stuff. 44 miles to Prairie du Chien. And we're 76.4 miles, so 70, do your math, it's a little over 100 miles, so I think I figured it was 2 hours driving. I'd like to go there this year too, and spend the night on that ledge again. I'd like to go back there. I want to get a ways south. I don't want to camp too far north. It's going to be cold. I want to get as far south as I can because you're going to be sleeping in the car, and last night it was cold. I hope I got enough. It's warm enough in here. I got enough blankets. I got one blanket. It's a good blanket. Hope I got enough to keep me warm here. But the further you drive south, the better off you'll be. Hey, here's another traffic circle. We gotta stay on 61. And 14 goes to Madison. It actually goes to Chicago. I think it goes to Chicago. No, that's 41 that I drove. But I think 14 goes there too. 14, I think, ends in Chicago. Not sure, but yeah, it's a toss-up who's going to win the election. And it's not going to be a pleasant, the election is not going to be a pleasant thing for this country. No matter who wins, the other side's going to not going to be happy. And the Democrats are violent. If they don't get their way, they might do some pretty bad stuff. There's a violent element in the Democratic Party. It's not good at all. They're the ones that are behind this BLM, and that was nothing but violence. That was pretty bad. They were ransacking downtown areas. They allowed them to do it. They're fine. I mean, that's like having criminals in control of your government. It's awful. Now they're attacking, they're letting Ukraine, I mean, this whole thing with Ukraine is just, it's the same thing. It's violence on behalf of our government against people that could have been our friends or allies, and they're basically turning them to, they could be enemies for 100 years for this. Because how much are we going to say we were wrong? Are we going to come back on the, I mean, that's not going to be easy to do. If we do that, are they going to say, well, why don't you pay for the damn war then? All the damage you did. Are they going to make us do reparations? And, you know, our government's not going to do that. They're not going to admit they're wrong. Trump doesn't support what we're doing. But if he doesn't win, I think they're just going to put their tails between their legs and they're going to do like they did in Vietnam. They're going to withdraw, and they'll be forced to do some kind of a treaty, probably. What we got in our government is really sick. It's awful. And we've had it running things for a long time. We've had this, and, you know, they just did it under the radar. This was in the Republican Party too. Trump is the only one that's not part of it. I mean, Bush was bad. He was doing the same kind of stuff. Trump, I guess he supports this shit that's going on in Israel. I mean, he probably just doesn't know any better. I think he really does care for this country. He's against Ukraine. I don't really, I mean, what he said publicly about Gaza. Should be trying to work out some kind of peace deal there. We should be telling Israel, stop the genocide. Hopefully that's all done soon. According to the astrologer, we're going to lose the war in Ukraine. He says that Russia has a strong horoscope, that they're strong, that they're going to win. But for Gaza, Israel's going to win. That Israel and the U.S. have a strong horoscope there, and it's not going to work out so good for Iran and the Palestinians. That they're not going to get what they want. And of course, Cryon says that the Iranian government's not going to last through it. They're going to get bombed and that the government's going to collapse. The youth are going to take over. It'll be a good thing, though. It'll probably be scary when it happens, though. People think, what's going on now?